but build a battery. And he sang as he watched and waited till his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
If you're one of those people that looks at television producer presenters and can tell from our faces the kind of people we are, you probably have it all worked out that I am very determined. If I want to find something, I'll go looking for it if it's a needle in a haystack. And about 10 years ago, I was in a shopping centre in Bangkok and I saw some marvellous pantyhose and I bought them. And ever since I've been trying to find out where they were made. I asked somebody to help me and it didn't kind of work. I think they wore them themselves anyway. But finally, Dr. Pontipapicha, who's now my personal assistant, found them. So I'm particularly pleased today to welcome to the program and to introduce to you Kun Pipot Chokwatana, the Managing Director of New City Bangkok and the Deputy Secretary General of the Federation of Thai Industries. Sawadee ka.
Sawadee ka.
And welcome to Thai Oz Talk.
Yes.
Do I get a tick for determination?
Oh, of course. You get dozens of pantyhose for sure, right?
But they were decorative, you know, the fancy ones like they make in Milan and in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that Thailand would be doing that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I simply couldn't find it. It took a long, long time.
Basically, yes.
But now you're here. Tell me about the
To answer your
company, because it's a family company, isn't it?
It was, but nowadays it's listed in the stock market as well.
Yes?
Yes, it is.
But it began with your father, didn't it?
Right. He founded it since I think it was 1974, quite some time ago. The company is about
I was already
almost
coming
50
to
years.
Thailand and filming in those years.
Oh, really?
Oh yes. Like your father, I'm getting a bit old. But tell me about the extent of the companies now, because it's so big. It's not just pantyhose anymore.
At the beginning, I mean, for this company, pantyhose wasn't our main product. So we are doing some cosmetics at the beginning
Yes.
of the company. But nowadays, our main products is under our own brands. Is Cherylon. We started with the pantyhose, and now we're trying to expand our product lines. Some of them are under our own brands, the Cherylon as well. We got Cherylon Basic, that is more like a t-shirt for ladies wear. And we got lingeries for ladies as well, especially during this 4 to 5 years. We got this, we call it Cherylon Intimate.
Really?
For ladies.
See, when I come from Australia, I check in here to Swiss Hotel Nilet Park. I have a 2-hour massage. Then I go to Central Department Store to go to the supermarket number 1 and up to the 3rd floor, I think it is, to buy my pantyhose. And I always buy 6 pairs straight off because they are so good. They have the gusset at the back and they don't ladder easily.
Thank you very much.
And I just had to find out where they were made and what the background was. But you've gone on from pantyhose to lingerie to t-shirts, but you really do care about elephants too, don't you?
Oh, we really do. We really do. It just happened that we used to basically it came into our attention when we being called from the Prosthetist Foundation that Dr. Terchai Chivagate, he's the Secretary General of the Prosthetist Foundations, and he wants our help in order to basically it's a raw material to make the basically the prosthetic leg for the elephants.
And this is what this is.
Right. You're going to see the size of it. The
Yes.
way we use it is not, we're not using it just like in human, like, you know, basically.
No.
The way they make the prosthetic legs is that they use this type of raw material, but in layers.
Oh,
Basically,
really?
they put it layer by layers and put the resin between them. Most likely they are using about 40 some layers to make part of the leg part of the elephants. And the good part of it is basically, I mean, we they can have the color that they want. Basically,
That the
color,
elephants want?
right? That the elephant
Do
wants.
they have a choice?
Basically, it's a bit in green.
That's wonderful. And it must help them.
Right. The elephant names is Moshe. Basically, the leg was amputated because stepping on the landmine between the Thai and Myanmar borders. And at first, she was only 6 months old. By the time that we are able to give her the legs, she was about 2 years old, and she was able to walk.
You know, it's a wonderful story to hear that. I know that you are the company now, but your father had inspiration, didn't he?
Of course.
And it went
Very
further
important.
and further, and you've put a lot back in too. I know that you supported Music in the Park, which is a great success story in Bangkok with the Bangkok Symphony Orchestra, and all kinds of cultural events. I think it's extraordinary. Do you export them?
Only some under our own brands.
You see, this is a family program, and we're very aware of community benefit and corporate social responsibility, that type of thing. And when I looked into your company and I found the father, then the son, and all the things that you do that you get involved in. For instance, you even helped with pantyhose during the flooding, didn't you?
Yes, we have the pantyhose. We call it thung nong kan nam in Thai. What it means is that basically, I mean, during that time there was a flooding, right? And then there was a type of pants that usually in other countries they would use it to go fishing. And what we found is that because of the air bubble inside, I mean, it's difficult to move. And what we see is that a pantyhose can come to a good use. Basically, I mean, if you have some sort of similar to plastic bags, put it inside first, and then you put the pantyhose on the outside. Basically, it removes all the bubble. You can move under the water more freely, so that we gave it away. We gave away for free.
It's a lovely family story, and I'm very pleased indeed that we could share it with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope that wherever you are in the world, at this time, our time for meeting every week here at Swiss Hotel Nylert Park, you'll remember that I'd really love to meet you here in the hotel, or in the soy, or down buying your pantyhose even in central Chidlong. It's here, and everything is accessible, and it's very easy for you to come here because wherever you are in the world, Thai Airways International will bring you here smooth as silk. And I fly Thai. Sawadee-ka.
Once a jolly swagman who can't buy a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me, waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me, and he sang as he watched and waited till his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Now up came the jumbuck to drink at the billabong. Up jumped the swagman and he grabbed him with glee.